now that you have an idea of the basic pattern of how we're going to execute things, let's talk about the speed of repetition. So in the example of a dumbbell press, we're going to take 3 seconds to lower the weight. So we'll start with the weight in the top position with our arm straight, maybe a 5-degree bend in the elbow. It's going to take us 3 seconds to lower that weight to the chest. We are going to maintain tension and pause for 2 seconds on the bottom. We're going to take 1 second to lift the weight, and then on top, we're not going to pause. There's no reason to do that. So if you take a quick calculation of this, each rep will last 6 seconds. 3 plus 2 plus 1. So that's 6. So if we do 6 reps and each rep were to take 6 seconds, at a minimum, unless we chose a load that was too heavy, we're going to get a set that's going to last 36 seconds. Now, I've been doing this a long time. It's not my first rodeo. So in working with thousands of clients over the years by internet as well as in person, I know that the average person takes about 2 seconds to execute a rep. So this is going to be a real eye-opener for you, for your muscles, for your nervous system when you slow things down. And initially, it may require you to reduce the weight load somewhat, but that's okay. We want to hit a certain benchmark in terms of the length of the set in seconds to achieve many things. That could be to increase fat-burning hormones as a result of achieving a certain time length, or stimulating across a threshold, a wide threshold of muscle fibers. There could be any number of different goals. So don't be intimidated by that. Also, the more careful or deliberate execution of each repetition by slowing them down improves the form. By virtue of that, I see people going through a more fuller range of motion, better execution, less shearing forces on the joints. Your likelihood of getting injured is far less when the form is correct. We list 6 to 8 reps for the repetitions, and here's why. During a training session, we want to have guidance in terms of how to manipulate the weight load. And we have another video that's going to discuss how to warm up properly, which helps you select the proper weight load for the work sets. The sets we have listed here are work sets. Warm-ups are a different animal that, again, we'll discuss in a different video. But let's say if we have this first set done at 75-pound dumbbells, for example. If we were to hit 8 reps with perfect form and the perfect speed of repetition, that would tell us for the second set we should go up probably 5 pounds to 80-pound dumbbells for that next set. There's no reason to repeat the same effort as we did in the first set for the second if we can improve. Now, if we hit 7 reps, we would have stayed at the same the same weight for that second set of 75 pounds. And if we hit 6 reps, same scenario. We would also stay at that 75-pound weight for the second set. If we got less than 6 reps, we didn't hit our target, that means we should reduce the load for the second set. And I know all of this information seems like a lot, it seems complicated. It really isn't. Most clients get the hang of it within the first week, and again, I'm a resource here to help you. So I'll guide you through the entire process. You can see in the notes section, I didn't have a note for this particular exercise, but I do here for the chest-supported dumbbell underhand row. And I said 30-degree incline, that's an important detail, and emphasize the top contraction. I put a variety of notes that I think are going to be important to each individual client to help them with execution, to focus on various things. And the hardest part of this exercise is actually holding for 2 seconds on the top. So starting from the top position, if we are face down with our chest against an incline bench at a 30-degree angle, we're going to take 3 seconds to lower the weight with our arms being straight on the bottom. We're going to stop there for a second. We're going to take 1 second to raise the load, and we're going to pause for 2 seconds on top. And that pause is going to be pretty hellacious. It's going to be tough because we are trying to hold it into a position where we don't have very good leverage. The repetitions, same as what we discussed in the first set. We're going to stay the same weight for the second set if we get 6 reps or 7 reps. If we get 8, we're going to go up somewhere between 2.5 and 5 pounds per dumbbell for the second work set. If we got less than 6 reps, we're going to go down a little bit for the next set. All very simple. Finally, why do we have A1 as a pressing movement and A2 as a pulling movement? There are some neurological principles that dictate that you'll recover more quickly in this fashion. As a result, with the faster recovery, you're going to be able to handle a higher weight load with the right form and speed of repetition, and as a result, get more out of every rep. And some people might say, well, my goal is fat loss. What do I care what the weight load is? You're dead wrong, because the weight load has a big impact on the amount of fat-burning hormones that are going to be released during the training session. So is somebody who's solely after body fat loss going to lift as heavy as, let's say, a champion male bodybuilder? No, you're not, because your workouts are going to be set up much differently. But don't underestimate the value of performance as it impacts the bottom line with your ability to lose body fat and to gain muscle if that's your goal. Many of my clients are seeking solely to lose body fat. I gear workouts specifically to that. I have other clients that are trying to achieve a combination of losing body fat and gaining muscle at the same time, and they would have different parameters for their program. But alternating the pushing and the pulling movements helps you recover more quickly between sessions. There's methods